Gets me through my morning every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
When you're a kid, sometimes mum and dad just brought out the special stuff, you know, whether it be food or drink.
Yeah.
And we had a discussion about this the other day, and you were talking about your dad on the farm in Beckham, New South Wales, population 8. And
65, thank you very much.
sorry, mate, my fault.
How very dare
does it
you.
really matter when you're the only person in your year? Not just your class, but your year.
Yeah, post office, hall and a pub.
Perfect.
Well done. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's nice.
Every now and then your dad would venture down. Did you have a bottle shop, or you just got your alcohol from the pub?
I don't know, actually. I think there was a bottle shop at a nearer town, but I don't think there was a bottle shop connected to the pub. It's like one of those old school country pubs. It's really cool.
Yeah, so there wasn't a Dan Murphy's.
Absolutely not.
Anywho, so you were saying that when your dad brought out a particular beer, you were on.
Yeah, absolutely. We were. Well, as kids, we weren't on.
No, but
Mum
you know
and Dad were on.
Yeah.
My dad mixed between VB and Melbourne Bitter.
Exactly.
And then, when there were Crownies in the fridge, something good had happened.
Yeah.
It was a celebration, usually at the end of harvest.
Yeah.
There's a box of Crownies. And I'm not alone in this space as well.
No.
Producer Flack, Crownies was the top shelf celebration beer.
Yeah, so my dad would only ever drink VB, but for a special occasion or if some friends were coming over or Christmas, he'd say to my mum, all right, love, got to go get my box of Crownies.
Yo.
And you know what the cutest thing is? To this day, he's in his 60s and Dad's still, for a special occasion, will buy Crownies.
Oh, that is so
They're still around. And even cuter, he'd drink every single one of them. Oh, 24 in one sitting. Well done, Mr. Flack.
It's actually not really a lie, but sure.
My stepdad always had Bundy rum. Bundy rum in the cans, but when he got the actual bottle of Bundy rum out, whoa.
Yeah. All of
out.
a sudden, bang. That's what happens when people drink Bundaberg rum.
Oh, you can get a little bit angry. Not Poppy Jeff, though. Not Poppy Jeff.
Oh, I mellowed him. That's nice.
100%. And so when, this is a sad story. I don't know if I should tell it. I've committed now, though. But when he passed away, because he had dementia in the end.
Oh, you poured rum on him.
He what?
I thought you poured rum on him.
No.
One last little dash. So that rum stench going up to heaven. Then he got to the pearly gates and they're like, well, you're not coming in here, rummy.
It's not where the story was
Sorry.
going.
Continue.
We're just saying he still had a carton left over, so we all drank the Bundaberg rum to Poppy Jeff. That's a nice story,
nice.
isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, your story was better about pouring.
Because straight away when I saw that, it wasn't because Mum and Dad were about to get drunk. They probably weren't. Sometimes I think Dad would just have one or two Crownies. But it was the fact that you knew Mum and Dad were in an absolute great mood. So all of a sudden the kids are like, we're partying. We don't know why, but we're on. Woo, Chinese food, yeah.
Oh, that's such a good story.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays.
Never a dull moment when this man is on board. Fitzy is joining us right now. Good morning to you, Fitzy.
Jody Oddie, and am I currently talking to, is it Mr. September of the Hot Dads of Adelaide calendar man?
Incorrect. Mr. December. We're bringing it home hard, so
Merry
to speak.
Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.
Merry Christmas. Imagine putting a bit of mistletoe over that one, Jodes.
Well,
no thanks. No, actually, you do look hot. I don't know. For me, it's a choice out of Andrew Hayes or if it's Tom Wren. I don't know who I'm going to be taking home for Christmas, mate.
Oh, yes. It's a tricky one.
We can both fit in your stocking, Fitzy. It's fine.
Tommy, you could fit 8 Tom Wrens in a stocking, I reckon.
You are not giving Tommy enough credit here in this space. I don't think.
Just leave it at that. We'll leave it at that, I reckon.
Hey, Fitzy, son of Mick and Claire, we've been talking this morning about when you knew that something big was happening in your house, like your parents break out something special and fancy just to signify a special occasion. For example, your parents.
Yeah, well, I think it was usually at the end of either a harvest or when we were sowing, and if there was a box of Crownies in the fridge, it's him. And Mr. Bill Hayes, he was on. He was really in celebration mode.
I mean, this wasn't a big thing, but on a Friday night, we used to pick up Mum from the dental surgery at Morford Vale. She would jump into the car, and I used to love how Dad would go, Dale, You're not cooking tonight. We're going to junk food corner at Noarlunga there, and you'd have a choice, Jody.
Yes.
You'd have a choice between Macca's, KFC, or Pizza Hut. And you could,
What do you do?
Dad would give you $10.
Yep.
Oh, it was a 2-piece food for me every time with a bit of coleslaw. That was always KFC for me. But we always knew that we were having a big one. The other one was we lived in Christie Downs, right? And I had no idea until Mum and Dad told me this later on. We bought this house. Mum and Dad bought a house in Christie Downs for $30,000. That was 2 years ago. But we had 2 fences.
Yeah.
Right? We had a fence around the block of land, and then there was another huge fence that was set 5 metres in from the fence on the outside of the block.
Yeah.
And I never understood it. I remember we used to have all these weird people knocking on our door saying, "Is the party on today?" We found out afterwards, but we bought the house off that were the head of a nudist colony.
Yes.
And they used to have parties in the backyard, completely starkers, and that's why they had 2 fences, so no one could see in.
Wow.
That's
The
sensational.
3-legged race was really weird, but apart from that, it was...
Well, Tom Wren has re-entered the conversation. Hey,
Speaking of athletic ability, let's talk the draft, shall we?
hey, Fitzy, as a fellow number 4 pick, what sort of advice have you given to new Crow Sid Draper?
I felt like giving him a call last night and just saying, well, I know how you feel Wednesday night. I know how you feel, mate, coming in at number 4. The thing is, he's got a bit of football ability. I didn't. I'm really pumped. He's a local boy, good southern boy. He goes to Cardine College, and he's a jet. That's the other thing. He's quick, he's agile, and I think he's only going to get stronger, faster, and he'll be great for the Crows.
We also had a discussion, and you might be able to help us out in this. With the social media now and the fact that everything is filmed, when all these kids get drafted, it's like 15 of their mates pile in with pillows and just fists, and it's like do their very best to try and injure their best mate who's just got drafted, like at that moment. Like, what? Talk us through those celebrations. It's insane.
I didn't go to the draft. I didn't do a draft camp. I didn't go to the draft. We had a big night at the Crown down at Victor Harbour the night before. I remember this, and I was hungover the day. I suppose it says a lot about my football career.
Yes.
But yeah, we had a heap of friends around, and you would hear it on the radio. I'm pretty sure we heard it on the radio, and we were informed that I was going to Sydney.
Yeah.
Mum was crying her eyes out. Dad was celebrating. He was getting rid of me. But it's such a big day, but I wasn't actually at the draft.
Yeah, right. Did you get a night at Junk Food Corner after you got drafted?
Yes.
It's the only way the Fitzgeralds know how to celebrate, with some KFC.
Fitzy, appreciate your time, mate. We'll do it all again next week.
Good on you guys. Thanks, Mr. December.
Now that's a joke.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. A joke. That's a terrible joke.
Best way to start the week. We've said that since day hot.
100%.
Bit of humour.
Yeah. Just give me your veins. I'm going to inject you. Let's go.
No, here's my veins.
Oh, there you go. You want me to fill... Okay, that sounds
Put
so
that
rude.
sweet serum in there, please.
Do you want me to fill you up? But that sounds really rude.
Oh, my very goodness. Although it's a good space for it, the Monday morning joke.
That's true.
Bit of humour. A special guest this morning as
I
well.
know. Producer Flax in the house.
Oh, look at him go.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous.
No,
Well-
you'll be right.
How about you kick us off and you set the tone this morning?
Oh, this could be a very bad tone. Okay, I'll do it. A man walks into a library and orders fish and chips. The librarian says, "Excuse me, this is a library." And the man goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'd like some fish and chips."
I get it. That's good.
Got it.
That's
No,
good.
That's not bad.
And you're not even a dad, Flack. That's
I'll be really honest. I reckon Jodie was just being real nice in her reaction there.
Or she didn't get it.
Okay, I do get it. I do get it. What I will say is this. I reckon producer Zoe did that joke a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
She might have. It's very familiar.
Oh, crap. We've probably got on the same website.
I mean, you had one job this morning. One job was to come up with some original material.
What, you didn't write that?
Okay, you said I'm setting the tone. It's a very bad start, so
There
I'll
you
throw
go.
it back to you two.
Okay, Jade.
Fine.
Your turn.
Hey, did you hear that joke about the drunk who got kicked out of the museum for spanking the statues?
Oh, gosh, no.
He really hit rock bottom.
That's good. That's not bad. That's not bad. I like
Thank
that.
you.
You
Bring
hit
us
rock
home.
bottom.
Bring us home.
A rock bottom classic. All right, here you go. Two men are sitting drinking at a bar at the top of the Empire State Building when the first man turns to the other and says, "Do you know what? Last week I discovered that if you jump from the top of this building, by the time you fall to the 10th floor, the winds around the building are so intense that they carry you around the building and back into the window. It's crazy."
What?
The bartender just shakes his head in disapproval while wiping the bar. The second guy says, "You're insane. There's no way that could happen." He says, "No, it's true. Let me prove it to you." So he gets up from the bar, jumps over the balcony, plummets to the street below. When he passes the 10th floor, the high wind whips him around the building and back into the 10th floor window, and he takes the elevator back up to the bar. Once upstairs, he urges his fellow drinker just to go ahead and try it. The bloke says, "Well, what the hell? I saw it with my own eyes. It'll work. I'm going to try it." So he jumps over the balcony and plunges down, hitting the sidewalk with a splat. Back upstairs, the bartender turns to the other drinker and saying, "You know what? You're a real knob when you drink, Superman." I've always said that too. Don't go drinking with Superman because he'll gaslight you into jumping out the window.
That's so true.
Classic.
Draper is so fast.
He's been an absolute star for South Adelaide in the Sandful.
What a win from Draper. Inspirational from the captain.
A favourite of our very own Fitzy.
I'm really pumped. He's a local boy. He's quick. He's agile. And I think he's only going to get stronger and he'll be great for the Crows.
And has just been drafted at number 4 to play for the Adelaide Crows.
Adelaide select Sid Draper.
Please welcome new Crows recruit, Sid Draper.
Ladies and gentlemen, your number 4 pick, but number 1 in our hearts, it's Sid Draper. Hey, there he is.
Morning. Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, we were just saying, just off air, just quiet week for you. Any much going on, Sid? Or?
Yeah, what have you been up to, Sid, last sort of few days? Anything substantial happen? Or?
Oh, just some quiet reading time. Staying at home with the family.
Yeah.
Average day.
Now, Sid, there was a lot of conjecture about whether the Crows were going to go local, a good South Adelaide boy, or they were going to head over to Victoria. I heard that Matty Nix gave you nothing. He didn't give you any sort of hint as to whether you were coming to the Crows or not. What was that feeling like when you realised Matty was just playing ducks and drakes?
Oh, it was a huge relief. As you said, he didn't really give me anything, so I was sort of in my head, just sort of, what's going to happen now. But when my name got read out and they sort of said it was an easy choice, that just really filled my heart and it was awesome.
Sid, what's your personal situation here? If you had to have gone interstate, would you be leaving behind a girlfriend?
Ooh.
Oh, no. No tie down there.
Wow.
That's okay. It's a big year to concentrate on your new girlfriend, and that is a Sharon.
Yeah.
Hey, Sid, I love asking the new draftees about if they've got any texts from particular people that's absolutely blown their mind. You would have got maybe hundreds of texts, but your most high-profile texts, maybe from current teammates, former teammates of the Crows?
Tex and Dawson, couple big ones, which is so cool. Benny Hart messaged me, who's a legend of the football club.
Yeah.
So that was pretty special to see him, and to be potentially maybe wearing his number as well would be pretty awesome.
I wonder, Sid, when you go to reply to these guys, is it like, when you have a girl that you like and you start typing and then you go, oh my God, no, and then you delete and then you start typing again and then you check with your mates and go, is this all right?
I had my brother next to me sort of helping me out. It's so cool to be able to reply to AFL players and the rest of the staff that are at the club.
Yeah.
So cool.
So you know what, Sid? You only get one chance in your life to a random number pops up and it's Tex Walker and you respond with, sorry, bro, don't know this number, who dis? Did you take that opportunity or did you keep it above board?
Yeah, I kept it to just a thought, luckily. I would be afraid what Tex would do to me if I did that.
Yeah. Or just like ha-ha emoji it.
Cheers, mate. Don't know you.
Yeah, just before we let you go, see, there were comparisons in the coverage of the draft between you and Jason Horne-Francis. I will warn you that Hazy has a massive man crush on Jason Horne-Francis. You could be next, Sid Draper. You could be next.
Sid, tell me you move like Jason does.
I have been told I do move similar to him. He's been a friend of our family and my brother for so long, so I've sort of seen him play for so long, and I did sort of see similarities in our game. But he's an awesome player, and he's an absolute star of the game right now, so to even get us even close to him would be unreal.
Yeah, well, you're in a very, very unique group, and I feel like most of you guys are similar. Of course, I'm talking blokes who have been picked in the top 5 from South Adelaide. You've got Draper, you've got Horn Francis, and then you've got Ryan Fitzgerald.
Oh, yes.
And he had this to say about you a couple of days ago, Sid.
I'm really pumped. He's a local boy, good southern boy. He goes to Cardine College, and he's a jet. That's the other thing. He's quick, he's agile, and I think he's only going to get stronger, faster, and he'll be great for the Crows.
Right, so any comparisons to Fitzgerald?
No, I don't think so, unless he's, fast and quick and agile, like you said. I'm sure he was.
I'm not sure. I don't remember those words being used.
No, exactly. Well, Sid Draper, it has been such a lovely chat. Nice to talk to you. Your challenge now is we've already enlisted Josh Rochelle. He's a good friend of the show. He listens to the show all the time. So you need to get all the Crows boys around Jody and Hazy in the morning. Are you up for it?
Oh, sure can.
Yeah, perfect.
Will do.
Good on you, Sid. Congratulations. We can't wait to watch your career unfold.
Thanks, Jody. Thanks, Hazy.
The cricket's not fun at the moment. I'm not having a good time watching the test, I'll be honest.
We're supposed to be good at it. That's the death taxes and the Aussies being good at cricket.
Yeah, what's with that? We're supposed to be smashing India.
Yeah.
But in turn, we're getting smashed by India. It doesn't feel very nice.
That's not the script.
Was that the stat as well, that Virat hasn't scored a ton in 5 years until yesterday? Oh, my gosh. Way to break the drought,
Come
Virat.
to Perth, they said.
Do you know what's really painful, Jodes?
What?
Explaining sport to either a youngster or a significant other.
Oh, yes. I had to explain how 6s and 4s worked at the WBBL to my 13-year-old the other day.
That should be reasonably straightforward.
You would think,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? Did you have to explain something to Lottie?
I did. No, I had to do it to Henry. But the funny thing is, I could just trying to explain things like, you get someone out, it's a wicket. The stumps are also a wicket. And also to Henry, which blew his mind. I was like, no, mate. So you actually you bat twice?
Yep.
And then also he'd go, well, Australia's about to bat. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, so they'll win. I'm like, no, they definitely won't win. Why won't they win? And I'm thinking, there's still heaps of time, but they won't win. Well, why won't they win? Because you just don't win from this position. Well, why not? I don't know, mate. I don't know, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
In short, we suck.
Yeah.
Producer Flack, your beautiful fiancé as well, also is very much a child in this space.
I wanted to watch Virat get his century yesterday.
Yes.
And we're going to watch something else. So I just want to see him get his 100. Yep, no worries.
Yes. As we've just explained, he hasn't done it for 5 years. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. Okay, first question. Who's that? Virat Kohli. Is he big? Yes, he's got about 270-odd million followers on Instagram.
Oh,
then I get a couple of minutes silence and it's, oh, my God, his wife is so hot. Yep, great. Why is he not batting anymore? Because they declared. What's that? What does that mean? I'm like, I give up.
Oh, God.
Forget it. I don't want to watch cricket anymore.
I just cannot.
It means they don't want to bat anymore. Well, why not? Why wouldn't they keep batting? Oh, gosh, because there's a time limit. Like, oh, this is so painful. And then eventually Henry goes, Tad, this is so boring. And I'm like, I know. And then he goes, let's change the channel. I'm like, I can't. I have to watch this crap.